My brothers and sisters, one day a young man called his mother with great excitement and he said to her, "Mom, I think I have found the woman of my dreams." His mother was so excited for him and said to him, "You know, son, why don't you send her flowers and invite her to your apartment for a home-cooked meal?" Son said, "I like that idea, Mom." The next day, the mother called to see how their date went, and the son said to the mother, "Mom, it was a disaster." The mother said, "Why? What happened? Did she not come?" He said, "Oh, yes, she came, but she absolutely refused to cook." My friends, that's the mentality of the conquistadors in colonial Mexico at the time of the appearance of Guadalupe to Juan Diego was very much like the mentality of the son in that story. They had a sense of entitlement. They thought that the land was theirs, and they thought that the Aztecs who they conquered were theirs by right also, that their purpose was simply to serve their every need. Unfortunately, that mentality of entitlement also crept into the church. Though any number of missionaries were heroic in their defense of the dignity of the indigenous people, there was still that question of whether or not they were more than property for the conquerors of Mexico. And it is against just this backdrop that Our Lady appears to Juan Diego, a poor Aztec peasant. And her message, both in her appearance as well as in the word that she spoke, challenged this sense of entitlement. Let's look at her appearance. The fact that Mary appeared as an Aztec princess challenged this myth of entitlement of the Spaniards. Clothed in the symbols with which the indigenous population was most familiar, she appeared as one who was brighter than the sun, which meant that she was more powerful than any Aztec god. Yet, because her eyes were downcast, she herself was not God, and she was one who prays to one who is greater than herself. Her gown is adorned with stars in the correct position as in the night sky, and the gold fringe on her cloak mirrors the surrounding countryside. My sisters and brothers, she appeared as a princess, yet as one of their own, coming to console and to comfort her people. Not only was Mary's appearance an invitation to the Aztec people to turn to her in their distress, it was also a rebuke of the conquistadors who had treated them so cruelly. And it is said that in the 6 years after her appearance to Juan Diego, there were more than 7 million converts to Christianity from among the indigenous population. Let's look at the word that she spoke to Juan Diego. The first thing she said to Juan Diego was that "my name is Guadalupe." It's from an Aztec word which meant "she who banishes those who devoured us." But another translation was also "the one who crushes the head of the serpent," a clear reference to the image of the woman in the heavens referred to in the book of Revelation. Furthermore, Mary said this to Juan Diego: "I will give all my love, my compassion, my help, and my protection to the people. I am your merciful mother, the merciful mother of all of you who live united in this land, and of all mankind, of all those who love me, of those who cry to me, of those who seek me, of those who have confidence in me. Here I will hear their weeping, their sorrow, and will remedy and alleviate all their multiple sufferings, necessities, and misfortunes." My brothers and sisters, even in the offering of her motherly care to the Aztec people, Mary made very clear that her maternal intercession is for all of those who turn to her in their need. There are two lessons from this apparition that I think are very important for us today. The first is that as patroness of the Americas, Mary reminds us of the call we have received to be converted, to change from the sense of entitlement that we may have, which harbors within us any kind of separation, any kind of prejudice against anyone who does not look or talk or eat or think like us. And secondly, in this 400th Jubilee year of the birth of the Vincentian call to serve those in poverty, she reminds us that in God's family, all are welcome. The call that we have received to welcome the stranger emboldens us to look at our brothers and sisters around us with new eyes, in a different way, and with special sensitivity, especially for those who may feel estranged among us, whether they be the lonely, the isolated elderly, those who have been abandoned by their families, or anyone, that they may see in our faces the love that Jesus and his mother has for them. As we celebrate tomorrow this feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, let us renew in ourselves the grace of our own baptism, when we became children of God, sons and daughters of the Blessed Mother, and join our lives to the lives of Jesus our brother, committed to show the love of God to all whom we meet. And may this grace of being able to love others as Jesus loves them be always with us now and forever.